So I'm doing a video right now. Instead of like the other day with the Chinese crackers, that probably going after. Um, whatever. I found this many gloves today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 gloves. Like I told you, I go from a. Sorry, I take chlorophyll, like the thing in plants, for digestive stuff and also clear metals out of your body. Um, I'm sorry. Yeah. So 4 blocks, as in 4 blocks there, 4 blocks back. So within a 4 block radius, there's 6 gloves, and there's probably like 2 or 3 more that I no, like maybe 1 or 2 more on the other side of the street that I didn't go on. The other day, I found 2 within like a 1 block radius. This happens all the time. I want to make sure that there's no way that I'm ever counting more. But I know for 100% fact that it's 80%, meaning I might have 20% time I might have accidentally seen a glove or two. Like that video where I saw the glove near the book, and then today those same 2 books were put out like this, where all the other books were fine, normal, and 1 book was about a dog, the other book was about family, and then today it was missing. It was a book called Missing and a book called Family, and it's just crazy to think about the sign where. And there's a reason I'm calling them signs, because I want Satan to tell people that they work within the government to think of them as signs, and that there's signs from them, or I want them to believe that I believe they're signs when I know they're not. It's them just being manipulative. And I can say this as doing it because of what I talked about earlier, where they think I'm getting amnesia, they think I'm getting dumber, they think I'm susceptible to lies. It's like the art of war. Know your opponent, know yourself, know your opponent, stuff like that. They think that I'm way dumber than I am, and they think that I think that they're dumber than they are. So it's 2 things. Fight without even fighting. Pretty sure people in the CIA would understand this, because they're supposed to read the art of war before they even are ever in the CIA or the FBI. What else? Like I said, the Paw Patrol dog near the girl aisle, the thing where the hearts, it was a dog, and then one that said good vibes. I think that's suspicious when all the other, it's like someone specifically arranged Valentine's like that. The one where there was a guy with an Elmo doll that's carrying around. There's the guy where I interrogated him and asked him about Jesus and stuff like that, and he had an action figure in his hand, and he was only in the bus for 2 stops, and he had a bike. That doesn't happen. I mean, the 2 stops were like, what, 1 mile? He wouldn't ride that 1 mile? I mean, hey, I do that too sometimes, honestly, but it seems highly suspicious for someone who isn't in my circumstance, like an actual real grown adult that's like more, I mean, I'm technically an alien, like God, in human body form, but, how you might view me. Someone who's 45 years old, just about, literally just driving 2 stops and acting so suspicious. I mean, I was really interrogating them. That's my next step with these people. I'm going to start interrogating them. And you'll be able to see that unless they started working on their lying skills, I think I'll be able to pin out their lies if someone is really good at body language. Like interrogating a foreign agent or a foreign spy. I mean, how often do you see guys walking around with an Elmo and action figures? Right at the same time, I was making them feel like they were action figures, or I was voodooing them, or that they were like stuffed animals. I told them, if I'm the Art of War, you're the by Sun Tzu, you're the Shih Tzu. You be reading some dog books about a kid book, and all of a sudden I saw kids in stores reading books, when before they weren't, and I can memorize stuff like that without even trying. I don't know, like a special skill I have, like a Sherlock Holmes type of skill. Sorry I say But yeah, like with the gloves, like I said, they want me to feel however they feel. Like, it's like part of their opposite disorder. their hubris, their narcissism, their delusions. And someone might say, why would demonic entities, lizard reptilian people, think that will get you? They think it's going to scare me. They think these gloves will scare me. They think it'll make me feel how they feel. They think it'll intimidate me. They think it'll make me look schizophrenic if I do stuff like this. Um, Even reporting on, I'm basically used a weird hypnotist psychological experimental psychology, like it's almost experimental psychology tactic, taking advantage of their hubris, their narcissism, their delusions, and their perceptions of me and life itself, even, in order to draw them out and then blackmail them. As even if you want me to view me as a human, I am Jesus Christ, but everyone around me, it would appear to even someone with half a brain that they're working in tandem. I mean, this isn't one person dropping all these gloves. I mean, I even in a video today, there was in an aisle, I was doing a video, and I literally said they feel there's Valentine's near a dog collar because they feel like they're on my leash, so they wanted me to feel like I'm on their leash. And then I look over and I even said the government or people might think of me like Spider-Man. Like, how do we know you're not just rearranging things around the store? How do we know you're not doing the gloves? Well, the government would be able to see all these who are doing. Like, ever since I got back about 150 days ago, there's been, or a little bit before that, they do things like this, do weird body movements. They touch near their crotch a lot around me. They always put extra people in whatever part of town I am. Whenever they're around me, they start doing weird stuff. They start copying me. Whatever body language I do, they start copying me. So if someone were to track me, wherever I was, as if I was a murderer or a killer on the loose, or someone on the FBI's most wanted list, they'd be able to track what I do and see if they do it. Whether it's like, if I'm about to go with this, someone will copy me right before I do it, because they'll be able to know I'm about to do it. Same with this, if I have an itch right here, someone will itch right before me. It's just, that stuff might be hard to detect, but if someone, it's like opening up your eyes in a different way. It's like a human walking through this area, be like, oh, it looks like a normal area, it looks like a human, where there's human zones. I mean, someone told Hayden, we control a lot of territory, and they really do. It's mostly in the West where they control, because they're trying to pervert and make everyone more sinful, greedy. They're trying to make everyone far left to make everyone hate-filled in their perceptions, trying to divide everyone, box everyone up like Skittles, the left versus the right, the color versus the color, the up versus the down, but not really as much as the up versus the down, mostly the everything else. Because they don't want people looking up at the politicians and the people in power. They want the left on the left side and the right on the right side, not realizing it's a left, right step to authoritarianism and tyranny. And it's not just humans do it. This is not Hitler versus humanity. This is not Stalin versus humanity. This is literally demons versus humanity, and it's very, very different than you think. It's like a reverse version of District 9. And I have been on a mission to literally call out the Illuminati and get it so that they are all working in tandem as if they were all the same person, like a hive mind of reptilian beings working and walking amongst us and possessing people also, like demonically possessed people. It's like it talks about in the Bible. Jesus Christ is the only one able to discern demonically possessed people from human people. And they're all working in tandem against me. And I have video evidence. I mean, like I said, they want to turn me into a little girl or a dog to try and sexualize me. They want everyone to be gay and trans, like this whole far left movement. Like a civil war is going to start because of that, but that's another topic. They want everyone to be gay or trans because they think God hates gay and trans people. They want people to be gay and trans and turn into activists so that, and how do I stress? It's so complicated. They want every single person to be like liberal or far left because they're less religious. They usually sin more. They don't like have as much good health. They're easier to control. They're easier to brainwash. Like, same with the college kids. They're subverting college kids to, like, Antifa and liberal politics, confusing them. That's what Satan likes to do. Turning black people against the black people, white people against black people, white people against white people, everyone against everyone. They want to turn the boys into girls, girls into boy. They want to turn everyone into, like, like basically like an eatable mother archetype. Look it up. They want to. It's like the like Munchausen by proxy almost, but instead of an evil mother, it's like evil eatable mother, like even worse, like giving someone their disease, like a mind virus. That's what Satan is doing, and it's all to get everyone into a new world order, unite everyone under evil, which is the opposite of what I would do. New heaven, new earth. They're copycats. Besides the fact they actually copy every single thing I say to do, they want to pervert, change, and just do weird, crazy stuff too. Like 33 degrees. I died at 33. Um, New heaven, new earth, new world order. They want to be evil gods. I want to be a good god. Um, I want people to be religious. They want people to be enlightened, and then over time turn it into Satanism, and then from like not even as right. Even people aren't Satanists, they or don't know the Satanists are satanic. They want to pervert. I mean, think about the 1800s, 1900s, 1950s. People are getting more sexual. Our culture is getting more poisonous. It's all because of like mostly Satan, and humans who also do it, like a snowball effect. I can go more into this. I can write books on this, and we'll get more in depth. But I tricked them into giving me basically evidence that they exist. The other day, I got Guy to say they always, like I said, they're trying to pretend to be my dad. In my videos, if you watch them, they always try to pretend to be me or my dad. I told them there's gonna be, and I probably said in a video, which I did, there's gonna be a bunch of people with beards around. All of a sudden, there's a guy with a beard saying, "Oh," I said, "Hey," he said, "Do you believe in baby Jesus? Baby Jesus?" And he was trying to call me baby Jesus, trying to make me think maybe he's the real one. And then all of a sudden, he talks about being Jewish. And then he starts asking if I pray to Satan. And that's the thing. I mean, you don't think that's crazy? How I'm talking about how these people are really Satanists, trying to pretend to be me or religious, or pretend to be my dad and mom. The lady who was stalking me, she first told me orders to pick up trash, and she was rearranging the trash all weird. If you look in the video, and then next day, I saw her near a van where there was like a little girl in the van, because they want to insinuate that I have to be a little girl. They keep trying to tell me the truth on Lucifer. And when they try and say, we're Jesus, you're the true son of Lucifer, they're trying to like switch places with me almost. When they're not the true son of Lucifer, they're actually really Lucifer. The Satan, the devil, the Illuminati, the serpent, the dragon, and the Bible is the lizard people that people know of as, the reptilian people, the lizard people. And I have proof, 100%, of the lizard people. Not just that, I also have proof that I designed, before I got here, music on Hayden's birthday, the day before, the day after, that's specifically related to him. And the way the music lyrics are said, it can prove that they're real and that they were singing to one person, but it wasn't known by them. Like the day the earth stood still, where he goes like this, and the person goes like that, and then all of a sudden he starts talking. I was able to do that to them before I got here in some weird ways. I mean, I'm literally God in the human flesh, and I was able to get here and save people, but just not exactly 100% yet. I'm also able to prove God's favorite number, 37, that I designed a lot of things that have 37, 77, 777 on it, and 7. And I've had my mark in movies and TV shows, and there's a secret subliminal message that it's like a exquisite corpse, but instead of poetry or art, it's like of messages that only I can assemble. And I left a bunch of fake evidence, and like bait signs, false signs for Satan, like Fiona and Shrek, Dance Macabre, the girl with red hair dancing with the devil, Mrs. Frizzle, Godsmack, Moon Baby, the girls, Thanos and the girl with red hair. I left a bunch of, because I knew that they wanted to turn Hayden, who would become me, eventually. That is why Jesus Christ, in the Bible, and the horse, who's also Jesus, would be given a name written no one knows about, except for himself. Both of them, which is the same person. Son of Man, the Lamb of God, and the horse are all the same person. One of the horses. And all represents me, or should I say, represents a little bit of Hayden becoming me. And that's why Jesus Christ had to be given a name no one knows about. If you look up Hayden Lonzo's Facebook, he was going by Luke Haas to represent Luke's wall, like War Pigs, and also Luke Skywalker, because I knew that he'd be around them. And there's a bunch of stuff about, like, Twisted Transistor, the Korn album, where the kid with white hair and the red, like yellowish eyes, it's the description of the kid on the album of Korn is a depiction of Jesus Christ in the Revelations, the book of Revelations. and that is about Hayden. The music, dude, the music understands you, but it's also I crafted and sculpted parts of songs. Ever wonder if it's all for you by Red Hot Chili Peppers on his even birthday? A bunch of songs are all on his birthday. Like I said, at least almost 70 songs. The Young Boy Learns Their Rules, The Unforgiven by Metallica on his birthday. Um, like a Stone about praying to God on his birthday. Virtual Insanity. Nemo, Finding Nemo, Nemo. You get to find Neo. 101 was Neo's apartment number. 101 represents like a school, and he followed Trinity down the rabbit hole because he was following random signs from his computer like Hayden did. And then he became me because he summoned me, kind of in a way. And he's technically dead. And it sounds crazy and insane, and even if I was crazy and insane, I was schizophrenic, then everything else I'm talking about isn't. Because it's not normal. You should have seen the store. It was like filled with a bunch of stuff. There's like socks and blankets in the oven aisle. There was like milk in the freezer in some videos. And I was able to match it up. So whenever I say I or they, I'd be looking at a dog or a little girl. And then sometimes I would match it up wherever I was saying they or them or calling Satan, there'd be a little girl. And then that's so they would think that we're switching places because I know that's what they want to do anyways. And I knew that they wanted to say they want so badly to believe that I'm as bad as them so that I had to pretend to be as bad as them in some of the signs. Like, so that I could pretend to be just as bad as them, because I knew that Satan would literally, and I even pretended to be a baby lizard person. I said I was a lizard person as a joke. And said there was two that could have been infiltrating too, which is me. And but I'm so powerful that they don't understand that it's even scarier than that, because it would mean I'm not delusional and whatever. And so, I mean, I have little evidence that I would need someone to literally take me seriously and be investigating me and take the actual time to sit down for probably 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours, and they wouldn't be able to stand. They'd probably be puking if they were really a human. If they were truly a human and truly believed what I said it was the truth. The Adventure Time, Baby Gulb, the second coming of Baby Gulb, Baby God. Gulb means God in the show. And then Baby Gulb's the crown when he's leaving falls on to Orglorg, who will forget from whence he came, the video about Duncan Trussell talking about the simulation. And he says that this is true, that we told you they would wipe your memory. Amnesia, amen, see ya, thank God for resurrection. And wisdom, see ya. Anastasia is also Hayden's mom's name, kind of. Stacy translates to Sia. And Anastasia, Hayden's dad's name, David Lambert, the Lamb of God. They say he'll be the son of David. They say he'll be like King David, a descendant of King David. And King David just wanted knowledge like Hayden did. And Hayden followed Trinity, the girl Neo was talking to, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, down the rabbit hole, like give up your life for me, pick up your cross. That's what Neo did. And there's lots of other signs and movies I had my stuff in too. Orglorg, and it's not like the day the Earth starts out. All these movies and signs and TV shows are signs that only I can build into how I'm supposed to feel and be, and tell people about me. And for Satan, it's a trap and bait to go out and tell as many parts of the government about me as possible, thinking that like we'll just pretend to be his dad, we'll pretend to be him, and now we have all this. We can even if we can't pretend to be him to him, we can pretend to be him to the humans. They'll be on our side before he will talk to them. We'll talk to him. They'll be brainwashed against him by the time he even talks to them, not knowing that I could, I'm God. And it was a mentalist, hypnotic, psychological tactic I got to bring them out. And I know I'm being watched right now with the NSA, like these license plates around here. All of them say the NCS and CI. There's only license plates that say CSI, NCS, like NCIS, NSA. License plates around here say GIN, EBT, JC, all to relate to me. So, and the JDB for job, like more than one license, a bunch of license plates all say similar stuff. Same thing within Washington, D.C. A bunch of them say GER and GD for GER and God. License plates in Norwood say AJ a lot. In North Attleboro and Norwood, there's a bunch of signs I put for them to say that I was supposed to be AJ, as in, well, Hayden, because they can't accept that it's not Hayden anymore. like AJ the store. There's a bunch of different places named AJ with the initials AJ. The blow dryer is named AJ. There's another sign about AJ because they wanted Hayden Lonsdale to be a little girl or a dog, and I mean it's crazy to think about like that. Like Hayden Lonsdale's house, or should I say his grandma's house, 914 Avalon Drive, like Doctor. If you go to North Attleboro, you can see a picture. I designed that room, even where it's on the side. It's on my Facebook. Look at this, like vines hanging down, shape of a triangle, and then you look at the window, another triangle, like putting something together, like that. I know it sounds crazy. And then there's one vine coming down right next to him, and from where he was sleeping, the door is shaped like this, so it said King to represent, and this would connect to this. They're metaphorically connect to this and this, and then the telephone poles, like the wires. And what is the telephone pole attached to? Phone, electricity, all around the world. So it was a metaphor for him to feel like he was in control, and know he was in control right before I got summoned. That's why I had him buy the Bible that says Holman, because he's becoming whole again to a holy man. And I even the sunglasses I made him buy to represent Iron Man, saying the future of mankind, he'll be back again. I have a bunch of songs that all point to Jesus Christ's existence as in me, and it also points to them being real. So even if you want to say I'm crazy, I have evidence on them anyways. And people have been misled in my name, thinking I'm gonna be way more magic than I can be. And I mean, think about it. If I had 11 followers, if I was really walking around turning birds into clay into birds and walk around healing the blind, turning water into wine, I think a lot more than 11 people would believe in me. So, I mean, and I don't know how to explain it. Imagine telling that to the government I'm an alien in human form and I'm God, and I technically have a little bit of amnesia, but I have proof that the Illuminati is just all everywhere, like reptilian, actual, real demons, like that girl saw in the Burger King. And that's the thing, I know it sounds crazy, but, like, there was a girl, and then the next day she was talking to me, offering me a drink and a real estate job, and speaking to me, and she would talk to me in English and then Spanish. And I was like, I don't understand you when you speak Spanish. Why are you speaking Spanish, man? And she wouldn't answer my questions, and then, like, the guy I was interrogating, and then I saw her again at McDonald's, and she was just staring at me from back. It would be the equivalent of someone sitting back there just staring at me with big glasses like that big with a mask on. And then the next day, I saw her in here even, and she came up to me and she was like, I mean, it's crazy what's going on, and I need a human to be able to open up their eyes and not be blinded and kind of, I don't know, I would say dumb. I mean, if you really can't connect the dots with this, I mean, this is the evidence that I actually gave and made to 100% be able to prove my existence and prove that sometimes I say things for weird. I have to make myself look weaker than I really am. I have to pretend to be human more than I really am, and just use a bunch of different psychologies in order to evade actual real pedophile Satanists that are real. The deep state, the Illuminati, the New World Order, that stuff's all real. I mean, coronavirus, civil wars all around the world, uprisings, those are all in the Bible. It's just not exact in the Bible. Like, some people argue, is the Bible exact, or is it like a parable? It's more like a parable. It's not exact. And I need to warn as many people as possible. And I might not seem like the Jesus you expected. That's because Satan wanted everyone to think of Jesus, and humans would naturally idolize me a little bit. But Satan would propagated that and then erase a bunch of other stories, making it look like I'd become so humanity's expecting something completely different. But I mean, if you look online, Jesus is usually depicted mostly, if not always, with like reddish, brownish hair. And believe it or not, a lot of them, over 50% of pictures, seem to be like reddish hair. And some did get erased. Satan tried to erase a bunch of people with red hair, or I you know what I mean, like me's with red hair. I mean, but it's paintings of me, so it's kind of really hard to like think of myself like that, because it's 2,000 years later and I have evidence of everything I'm saying, even if you didn't want to believe in me or anything. And if you watch this video, there's no other me's. I even tried to make it look like I had a we more than I do, like other than the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So that Satan would pretend to be my dad, like I said, pretend that I'm supposed to be like his girlfriend or a sacrifice, or a girl, boy, then a girl, then a boy again, so that they'd want so bad to show themselves and take advantage of their narcissism, their hubris, their desperosity, and their delusions and everything in order to draw them out to different parts of the governments. And I need people in the lower parts of the governments to be on my side too. Because, I mean, in the end, I'm going to win no matter what, but I need people to actually wake up and not just be stupid and work with them.